Hello everyone and welcome to Travel the Globe, the channel for travel connoisseurs, explorers, and for those with a knack for adventure. Underappreciated, underrated, and taken for granted. Usually, more well-known holiday sites are chosen over these gorgeous locations, but in today's video, we're highlighting them because you don't need a recognized wonder of the world to fall in love with your next travel destination. Today, we are listing our top 10 underrated places in the world that probably don't get as much attention as they should. Stay tuned because our number one pick is a definite wonder of nature that, surprisingly, you may recognize. Let's get started! Angkor Wat is number 10. Angkor Wat is one of the greatest religious structures on Earth and is sometimes recognized as the most important location never to have been given the Wonder of the World designation. Additionally, it enjoys a great deal of popularity with over 2 million visitors annually. It was created in the 12th century as a center of Hindu worship, but is actually a temple complex rather than a single building. By the century's close, it had been adapted for Buddhist purposes. Antonio de Magdalena, one of the first Westerners to see Angkor Wat, noted that it is like no other building in the world. Number 9 is the ancient city of Bagan. There are around 10,000 temples in Bagan at its peak. Those numbers have since decreased, but the city's 100 square kilometers still contain an incredible 2,200 monuments, pagodas, temples, and buildings. It previously served as a hub for alchemy, astrology, philosophy, and medicine on a global scale. It continues to be one of the most enchanting locations on Earth, even though it is not as prosperous as it once was. Number 8 is the Ajanta Caves. The Ajanta Caves ought to be a huge deal because they are one of the first instances of Buddhist art and architecture in the entire globe. The majority of the carvings, according to estimates, date back to the 2nd century BC. The caves were unearthed in 1819, partly by accident, by a British officer while on a hunt. The caves are located among a dense jungle. The interior of the caverns contains ancient representations of Buddhist teachings and statues of the Buddha himself, which the Archaeological Survey of India has referred to as the finest surviving examples of Indian art. Number 7, we have the Chartres Cathedral. Chartres Cathedral is frequently disregarded in favor of Paris's more well-known Notre Dame, despite being a clear high point of French Gothic art and architecture. However, Chartres is a nearly flawless preserved representation of its time. It has 2 complementary spires at the west end, spotless stained glass, and overall architectural characteristics that have remained practically untouched since the early 13th century. It is undoubtedly the real deal. Speaking of authentic items, the Sancta Camisa relic, which, according to legend, was a piece of clothing worn by the Virgin Mary at the time of Christ's birth. This is also kept in Chartres. Number 6, we have Wave Rock. Most people would always say Ayers Rock, often known as Uluru. To have a less commonplace geological experience, head to Perth and join a 3 or 4 hour excursion to Haydn if you ever find yourself in Australia. This rock, which was formed roughly 2.7 billion years ago and was given its name for obvious appearance-related reasons. Contrary to popular opinion, Australia's best waves aren't always to be found along the coast. 5 spots in and already these wonders have shown themselves to be quite memorable. Why do you think these tourist spots are considered underrated? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. If you're liking this video, be sure to hit the like button. This will help support the channel and will boost the video to other travel enthusiasts. And now, back to our list. Number 5 is the Sigiriya Rock Castle. Commonly referred to as the Lion Rock of Sri Lanka, this is the nation's most popular historic landmark and a genuinely distinctive destination. King Kashyapa established Sigiriya as his new capital and stronghold after ascending to the throne. Lion Rock got its moniker because of the enormous rock formation's remarkable artwork and lion-adorned entryway. The location was used as a Buddhist monastery following Kashyapa's passing in 495 AD, and it served its purpose until the 14th century. Currently, it is a hive of archaeology and a geological oddity that provides a once-in-a-lifetime panoramic perspective. Number 4 is Meteora Suspended Rock Monasteries. This tourist spot, whose name translates to suspended in air, is amazing now, but it was even more amazing when it was first built. A collection of monasteries situated atop and carved into distinctive sandstone pillars rising out of the forest make up the Meteora complex. The houses, which were initially occupied by religious hermits and monks in the 9th century, were undoubtedly challenging to enter because they involved a dreadfully frail rope and net pulley system. Although there are now carved staircases, the original occupants were staunch hermits. Number 3. The White Temple, also known as Wat Rong Khun. Now considered as the world's greatest modern marvel, Wat Rong Khun is still unfinished and it won't be finished until 2070. It is privately owned and was built in the Chiang Rai area of Thailand by the artist Chalobchai Kositpipat. Opened in 1997 after being renovated by the artist after falling into disrepair, the temple functions as both a traditional Buddhist place of prayer and an outlandish residence for contemporary art and ideas. Its main structure, the Yubo Sot, has murals inside that aren't devoted to tradition but rather to pop culture and idols. Michael Jackson and Freddy Krueger both appear in this because one day all of this will be ancient history. There are pictures of the oil industry and terrorism as well. Number 2. We have the Meenakshi Temple. 6 hectares of unmatched art, culture, folklore, and history. It is regarded as being as important architecturally to southern India as the Taj Mahal is to the north. It is said to be the residence of the triple-breasted goddess Meenakshi, whose extra breast vanished upon marriage to Shiva, and it receives 15,000 tourists each day. A significant daily rite involves carrying an image of Shiva to Meenakshi's bedroom to consummate their union, and many of those guests stay until closure. And finally, number 1. Angel Falls, the highest uninterrupted waterfall in the world, which stands at 3,218 feet tall. What else is wonder-worthy if not that? The US pilot who first flew above Angel Falls gave it its name, and they hold a famous place in the annals of exploration. They have become a type of unofficial goal for each aspiring explorer because they are famously difficult to find and even more challenging to navigate once you are there. Additionally, they served as the model for Paradise Falls in the Pixar movie Up. Simply put, they outperform everything else and are breathtakingly beautiful. Stunningly majestic, adorned with art and culturally significant, these places in the world prove to be no slouch at all. What do you think of our list? Did we miss any other underrated places? Type in your suggestions in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications by hitting that bell icon. Looking for more travel ideas? Check out our other videos for more Travel the Globe videos like this one. Until next time!